Hi, it's me, Mote. It's Wednesday, the last day of May, and we're really super close to the end. Let's start at the beginning. It's Wednesday, early out day. We came in, wrote our letter to our friend. I have my stack of yellow right there, so that's what we are. That's where I'm putting them when we're done. At the end, I'll just go ahead and make sure that they're all the right way, staple them, and we have like a whole class set of class pictures, and so I'm going to staple that to the cover, and everyone will go home with one of those. Perfect, that's great. After that, we did our math. I'm extending our money because a lot of friends can't identify the money still. So this is what we did today. This is from Miss Giraffe, and so we went over, well, first I did like a Google Slides that I got from Teachers Pay Teachers, and so went over penny, showed what it looked like, did some simple counting, then went over nickels and dimes, simple counting, and then went over mixed numbers mixed amounts, mixed coins. Before I did that, we went to our seats from the carpet and we put this together, and then we talked about the hair. So this is a penny, he's bald. The nickel is 5 cents, and so it gets 1 hair. Dime gets pigtails, and then there's our quarter. It gets 5 hairs because each hair is 5. We count by 5s. We did this, and then we came back to the carpet, and it had 4 problems of mixed amounts or mixed coins to count. And so I drew hair, and then we counted it. So that's what we did today. I told them to put this inside their mailbox so we can use it tomorrow. This one just has nickels and pennies, but we're going to do some counting with nickels and pennies. This comes from Miss Giraffe. And then on the back, it has make the amount, so making change. And so they're going to use this to help them do their work tomorrow. So that's Thursday. Friday, I'm going to try to do another activity with identifying money, because that's what they really need work on. And then we'll probably do another Miss Giraffe page. It's like one of her units that just deals with money. I'll link it below. So that was math today. Then we did Zern. We always do Zern. So that's what we did. This week we're going over the ah sound. So A-L, A-W, A-U, so ah, and so A. We're doing that. So we had our 4-minute phonics for AU. I think today's 4-minute phonics for AW. And then for reading, since we're doing, let me look what we're doing. Unit 6, week 2, that's what my cover says. We are doing author's purpose. So yesterday we just did this. I don't know where it came from. It has nothing there. And it just says author's purpose, the why. We watched a short video. It talked about pie. And then we made this into a flippy. With the flippy, we cut it out, put it on a piece of paper, and then for persuade, we just wrote down on the pie, makes you do something. And then we wrote down, I think we did like 4 stars, because when someone gives something 5 stars, 4 stars, it's trying to say it's really good and it's making you want to go. Then for inform, we put on the pie, we put teach you something, and then on the construction paper that we glued it to, we put, we just drew like a book, and I think we drew like a quick little volcano. We put volcanoes because that book's going to teach you about volcanoes. And then entertains just for fun, that's what we wrote. And then our book for that one, since we're reading Bad Kitty, we're on Bad Kitty School Days. We wrote just a rectangle, wrote Bad Kitty on it, and then put school days and drew a cat. And then that was our author's purpose. Today, we're going to reread the story. I have another quick video that's going over author's purpose. And then we are going to do another flippy, and it's going to talk about author's purpose from our story, All Kinds of Helpers. And so this story is talking about the helpers in your community. So we're going to do that. We're going to read it, listen to it, and then we're going to do author's purpose. Since we're going over, or that story's going over community helpers or helpers in the community, we are doing a direct draw from Art Kids Hub of a police officer, and then I assigned them 2 books in EPIC. So those 2 books that they're going to read in EPIC are 1st grade books, and they also have AR tests connected to them. So they are going to read those 2 books, and then they are going to take AR tests on it. and then we're going to write about police officers. Tomorrow we're going to do firemen, so they're going to have 2 books that are assigned to them. You can assign books. 2 books that are assigned to them. They are going to be on firefighters. We're going to draw firefighters. They're going to read about firefighters, take tests on the books, and then we're going to write about firefighters. Something else I need to finish for Friday. So Friday we're having an assembly, so we have to decorate the cafeteria, I think. We drew, since we're bulldogs, we drew little puppy bulldogs. Some of them came out fantastical. Some of them came out, like this one's really big, but you can see it. And some of them came out like, oh, we need some work, but they did their best. So we are going to, this is my plan. We are going to cut around the bulldog because there's a lot of white space. I'm going to give them choice of 2 colors of paper, and they are going to cut it apart, making a design, so not straight lines, and then glue it to the other piece. So they're going to be the same size. So if I cut this like that, I'm going to glue it on top, and then it's going to be like this. And so this is going to be the design that I make on my paper. And then I'm going to cut out my bulldog, leaving a little white space around it because it's going to be hard for them. And I'm going to glue my bulldog on the white piece or on the colored paper. We'll see how it turns out, but that's my idea. So we need to finish that for Friday. It would help if you had ideas before you just start doing things. Like, I don't know what I was going to do with all the white space, but there's that. And that's going to be our finishing because we need to finish it from, I think we did this last week. So I need to finish this. We're going to do reading. We're going to do something about police officers. We haven't read to ourselves yet, so we need to do that also. And then we have centers. I usually don't do centers on Wednesdays because it's a short day. So we'll see how it goes. If not, we'll just do Lexia ST math time and then switch. And then we'll probably go out for some walking Wednesday. Yesterday was Tag Tuesday. We played Sharks and Minnows, and that was their tag game for the day. And have I said we have 11 and a half days left? We have 11 and a half days left, maybe 12 and a half days left. And since we're teachers, we take ideas from other teachers. My son's teacher has the last 2 weeks, like each day has a theme, and she sent a sheet home and it talked about what they need to bring and what the theme is. So like on the 5th is beach day. No, camping day, so they need to bring a blanket, a small blanket, and a flashlight, and they're gonna be in their room camping. I like it. I'm gonna take that one. One of the days is chalk day. I have a whole bunch of chalk because I always have a chalk day. So I'm gonna say it's chalk day, and so we're gonna go outside. And then another day she has this bubble day, so I'm gonna put that out saying bring bubbles so we can blow bubbles. I'll go buy some bubbles. They're usually like $5 somewhere. I'll look for them, and so I'll give everyone some bubbles, and we'll go have a bubble day. I'll bring some bubble gum, and we'll have some bubble gum also. That's 4. And then I forgot what the last one was. I think it was reading outside. Oh no, outside and coloring. So it was bring a coloring book and a towel so we can go outside and color. So I'm going to do that also. So a lot of them, the kids are bringing things from home. I don't have to provide anything. I am going to bring bubbles. I do have chalk. And then for coloring, I'll just grab pieces of paper and they'll take their crayons out and they can color as they're just chilling with their friends. So that's my plan for my summer countdown. We'll do that. Maybe I'll just have 4 because my Friday is a half day, and we'll see what we do then. The 3rd grade teacher usually has breakfast in her room on that day. We get free breakfast, so all she does is go, gets all the breakfast and takes it to the room, tells the kids not to eat breakfast that morning because we'll have breakfast in our room, and then they go and they eat breakfast with each other in our room, and it's all provided by the cafeteria. So I think we'll do that. I need to tell my cafeteria lady that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to copy my 3rd grade friend. Thank you. And so that's what I have. I have 10 minutes since it's early out. I'm going to finish my coffee. I brought, not very healthy, but some peanut butter sandwich cookies for my little cafecito, and I will see you after school. Someone asked for a room just to look how it went, or how it's going, or how it's changing. So smart group, I had one table before. I brought another one in, wobbly chairs. Those were purchased by myself. Those were from the school. These are the tables I think I'm going to change. I don't know if I want to go with these again. I have pillows. I buy pillows pretty much every year, and those two back tables are the tables that come front when they can't see. This is where my rug is, and then my board. So everything happens here. And then in the back is where I want to move it. It's after school. I'm out the door. I finished, what did I finish? We did our writing on policemen. Told them we were going to do writing on firemen tomorrow. I assigned them 3 books inside Epic, and they were able to read 2 of them, or they should have been able to read 2 of them, and then they had one that they were going to listen to, and then those that finish reading, listening to them early could take AR tests on them. On the whiteboard, I wrote, we wrote the same sentence. You know, policemen are community helpers. And then I wrote sentence starters on the board. So it just said like police can, they have, they are, policemen want, like 5 sentence starters that they could use. And so they spent 10 minutes after we drew the pictures and read, they spent 10 minutes writing about policemen. And then those went home. The rest of the day was working on finishing stuff for our assembly, which is on Friday. Tomorrow we have singing practice. So we were saying the songs one more time. In the morning, we'll sing the songs one more time. And then at the end of the day tomorrow, we have our whole school is gonna go practice singing our songs on stage. So we did that, and then we finished our art. I forgot to keep an art of our bulldog. So they drew the bulldog, they cut it out, and then I gave them bright colors of paper, and I told them one was gonna be their whole piece of paper, and then they cut the other one into strips, and then they used that to decorate. So that way it was like a bright pop neon color, and then their little white bulldog was pasted on the front, so that way it kind of stood out more. So they did that, and that's pretty much how we finished our day. When we did that, we did do groups. During groups right now, they are staying with their normal work, so they're doing word work or they're doing writing, but they're bringing it to me, and that way they're working in front of me doing what everyone else is doing. So the word work, we're going over the ah sound, so they had to say all the words, and then they had to find the picture that it goes with. And then for writing, it was a picture of camping, so they were writing stories about camping. And if they don't know what camping is, or they've never been camping, there's a picture that goes with it, so they could just tell about the picture. So that's what they're doing in front of me right now. So I'm pulling about 3 kids, 4 kids, depending on who's doing what that day, and I just look at the list, and that's who I'm pulling. So that way I'm getting all the kids that need the extra help, and they're working what everyone else is doing, but they're doing it in front of me, and that way I can help them sound out or help them fix spelling depending on what it is. But that was my Wednesday. I spent my hour. We have things for next year to get the classes ready, so I spent my time doing that. And then next week we make classes. So the teachers make classes for the upcoming year. Admin usually tinkers with them during summer. And then teachers get the class list the day before, pretty much the same day that parents get the class lists. We get our class list. That's how it's been in the past. But we try not to write, teachers try not to write anything in permanent marker until, a couple of weeks, because things always get changed. But that's what I did, was getting stuff ready for next week. So when we make classes, didn't get to my STAR testing. STAR testing opened Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, so yesterday. Today I spent doing art, finishing the art, so I didn't get to it. So tomorrow I'm gonna do math, and then Friday I'll do reading. Reading will take really fast. It'll be really fast for some of them. Reading will be really fast for some of them, because if they can't pass the practice questions, it doesn't go on. So some of them will be done speedy quick. Some of the other ones will have to take the test because they can read. So I have to do reading. So I'll probably do reading on Friday, and then Monday. Usually I try not to test on Monday, but since I'm behind, Monday I'll do early lit, and then I'll spend the rest of the time helping the friends that need to finish, giving them more time, or the friends that students that went down, I'll have them retest so that way, you know, they get the best score that they can, because sometimes they go way down and they shouldn't, and it's because they weren't trying. So I want to emphasize that we need to try. So STAR test is number one. We're going to practice tomorrow for the whole school. We're going to practice in our classroom. That school song, still getting me, still getting us, but it's all right. We have our class song, so that's good. We'll shine with that one. So I think I'm gonna leave it right here. A day in the life, or a day in first grade, or a recap of the day in first grade in Miss Monte's class. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Subscribe, like my video, and I'll see you later. So thanks for joining. I'll see you later. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later.